I stand on the shoulders of great people at NBC News. Some are household names, but most are not. It is an honor to work with all of them. Without them, and most importantly, without my own family, this dream that started in a small town and in this great nation would not be coming true tonight. It was very clear all along I had to work. I had to support myself. And I was in a series of jobs, and I had an epiphany that I had to at least try something that I'd always wanted to try. My break came when Betty Endicott, news director at WTTG in Washington, called me into her office and asked me to close the door one day. She said, "Who's the worst reporter on the staff that you've seen?" And I said, "Betty, you're kidding me." She said, "The answer is very important." And I thought for a moment, looked to recheck that the door was closed, and I gave her the name. Never repeated it since then. And she said, "You know, you're right. That reporter is going to come off the air, and I'd like you to start." And I went on the air in the 9th largest market in the country.
All day long, Ernie, it's been a search for information.
A 7-story tall section, what remained of the World Trade Center, has now collapsed. Former NSA Director Keith Alexander has said, "You have done," quote, "significant and irreversible damage to the nation."
Are you willing and able to take on the political pressures?
I don't visualize any period when we'll have to use force.
I get to anchor the oldest broadcast on one of the oldest over-the-air television networks inside a building that was built at the height of the Depression in New York City. One of the interesting things about this job is we get to watch history, stand back, take the long view. You want to talk about time? I was in Moore, Oklahoma 3 days ago. I saw where Sidney Angle lived. Sidney Angle was 9 years old, and he loved one thing: throwing a baseball with his dad. You think his dad isn't thinking about time right about now? This is America, and this is what poverty looks like. And look at where we are. That's Philadelphia across the river, muscular, gleaming, and prosperous. And then there's Camden, with those 2 awful titles to its name. It is the poorest city in America, and it's considered the most dangerous city in this country. When we do what we do for a living, well, when we have a good day and a good outing and it coincides with a big story to cover, there's nothing like it. For all the good folks who work so hard to bring this broadcast to you, thank you for being here with us. I'm Brian Williams. Good night.